is up. I don't know, I'm like 20 minutes, 20 minutes late, quote unquote late. If you didn't see the post, of course, I want to give a shout out to, what I'm saying, the parents every day, what I'm saying? Shout out to our guardians, the masculine and feminine energies. But give thanks all the time, every day to the parents' energy, you know what I'm saying? And understand if, on some realistic situations, if it was some rough stuff with the parents, you know what I'm saying? Being aware of, the process of choosing, you know what I'm saying? Choosing what we was gonna go through in essence. But yeah, but again, shout out and much love to all the fathers, today. Again, having that little balance, you know what I'm saying? Everything, not getting too far in no extreme. Like, oh man, forget Father's Day, man. It's all, that's the man's holiday and all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm jokingly saying that to each his own on their growth, you know what I'm saying, for sure. But it's a balance with that, you know what I'm saying? You can still enjoy, you know what I'm saying, that father, paternal energy in some way, form, or fashion, honor that energy today, And again, just always we're aware, giving thanks for that energy all the time. It's everything, is the audio. Oh, I forgot to do my, is the audio and visuals good? What's up, Vincent Branch? What's up? Yeah, tapping in with the, Father's Day energy, the Juneteenth. All right, word. Heck, I see about 8 people in here. I don't see nobody in the chat, man. Gotta make sure. You know what I'm saying? Got some real beings in the chat. Of course, I know there are, but you know what I'm saying? It's always good to see them confirmations. Oh, yeah. In fact, the latest thing in the collective, or just in general, it's seeing things fall into place a lot more, again, starting to see where, we have that support and help. Because I remember, going through, different phases, and I remember one cycle where things got, tough, and it almost felt like, and speaking of Father's Day, it almost had that energy of, as if, the parents kind of step back and all right, you're going to do this on your own, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, still being, spirit, our inner guidance, source energy, still being there with us through our situations, but, it definitely had less of that, training wheel type of energy, you know what I'm saying? But right now, it's not necessarily that training wheel energy, but it's definitely a lot of support, you know what I'm saying? A lot of strong energies coming through. As of lately, tapping in, being outside, connecting with nature for sure. I'm saying? And what's up, Mr. West? Shiva Shambo. April, what's up? What's up? Conscious flow, official wise flow. All right, all right. In the building. Yeah. Continuously, you know what I'm saying, moving and transforming things, you know, having to move through discomforts. And I find it that, you know, a lot of beings, a lot of people are gonna really start coming to that realization of balance more strongly, you know, right now, and just, you know, moving forward, you know, of like just really understanding to, you know, not, again, if y'all familiar with this channel, y'all know when I went on my little, you know, just tearing down the new age movement and the, you know, toxic positivity and, you know, that whole energy. And you know, and again, like, you have to do your shadow work and seeing why you even, you know, want to gravitate towards that, you know what I'm saying? I know for myself, you know, it all started with, you know, like dealing with my intuition, but just also just going to whatever was, you know, present at the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I even think of, you know, shout out to Ralph Smart, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what Ralph Smart talking about right now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think of, you know, just, you know, you just like grasping, you know, or looking for, you know, insight, you know, wherever you could find it, you know, in essence, you know, and just going from there, you know what I'm saying? Realizing that, you know, it beats just sitting around and just, you know, like being like, oh shit, you know, it's like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna, you know, make some type of, you know, take some type of action, you know. It's kind of like that energy of like, you know, you either get a yes or a no, you know what I'm saying? Gotta ask, gotta do something, you know. But yeah, you go through those, you know, through those stages of, you know, just whatever books, whatever content, you know, you just refine it, you know, more and more as you go, and you start to see like, all right, it is just constant cycle, you know. It's just like cycling, you know what I'm saying? Or like the creation of the flower of life, you know what I'm saying? Creating one little, you know, space, moving to the next, you know, the furthest point of that space, you know, just kind of, you know, in essence, because, you know, a great analogy was made. I forgot who I was chopping it up with, and, you know, it was like, you know, again, like, whenever we would have like a retrograde moment, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I think Saturn and Pluto in retrograde, you know what I'm saying? So definitely gonna have some, you know, gotta be aware that we're actually, you know, some of us still, you know, I mean, everybody dealing with the retrograde, you know what I'm saying? But again, some of it more lighter for, you know, for some than others, you know what I'm saying? Of course, again, different levels, different strokes. But again, it's definitely like an energy of like, you know, like feeling that help coming in, you know what I'm saying? Most definitely. Straight Panther, what's up, what's up? Straight Panther in the house. Yeah. I remember somebody brought up life pad numbers. And somebody had a question about, like, is my life pad number basically my life pad number seems like the wrong one, and I feel different, from what my life pad number suggests, you know what I'm saying? I received that, it's a little question that stood out, lately. And something that's just, simple in the awareness of knowing, like, again, I think, so speaking of balance, I feel like, digging deeper into our subconscious to realize that in certain little areas on a sneaky little level, our minds still be looking for like a one-sided truth instead of like a whole truth, like uh, of basically like like instead of like, it's like the mind wants just one objective truth, bam, on one side, and not accept the fact that there is an objective truth, but there's a bunch of subjective truths that builds that objective truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we've been, it's like social engineer, subconscious programming to only want to, make one thing good and this other thing bad, this thing right and this other thing wrong, or this is the only way to do it, and doing it any other way, you know what I'm saying, it is wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like having that, that energy, and again, like with the life pad numbers, the life pad numbers are sometimes called life lesson numbers, is based on the date of birth, and I mean that just all, you got to be honest with that, like knowing the fact that that's a part of the energies of what we connecting with in this lifetime, you know what I'm saying, but not getting, again, like the balance, like not getting too attached to these numbers and these energies, but all of this does have some form of significance. But I was going to say, even like with the dates, you know what I'm saying, like January being the first, say for instance being the first month, so that means for your numerology, if you're born in January, it's going to account for the number 1, you know what I'm saying, so you're born January 1st, 1990, you know what I'm saying, so 1 plus 1 plus 1990, you know what I'm saying. But when you look at on a deeper level, you got October, which is the 10th month, but Oct stands for 8, you know what I'm saying. September stands for Sep stands for 7, you know what I'm saying. And it's like, wait, seems like these dates are kind of out of place, you know what I'm saying, with the whole Gregorian calendar situation, But again, it's like having the balance of embracing the fact that, all right, it is what it is at this point in this realm, where that's the quote unquote date, you know what I'm saying, even down to looking at the fact of I was like, instead of even just doing the number date, I was like, what would my life pad number be if so instead of doing January as the number 1, like break down the letters in January and make that the number, you know what I'm saying? So like with the letter J, with what number the letter J stands for, ANUARY, and come out with that number and then add that to the day, you know what I'm saying? In which it was like a 1 number difference, you know what I'm saying? And it still, it resonated, just as much as the one from considering January, with the first month, numerology breakdown, And again, with any of it, you know what I'm saying, like tapping in with the numerology or the gematria, in essence, like that's the core aspects, again, most of your archetypes is just a breakdown of the energy of 1 through 9, or to some extent you can say 0 through 9, but it's like it's like an expression of that energy progressing through learning about itself, again, like the one, like, oh, it's just me, oh, I'm just do things this way, and then bam, two is created in a situation. And then two is like, all right, I see it's me and one, I'm kind of, try to connect with one, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, again, because I am two, now they got two sides, you know what I'm saying, or polarity. So, you know what I'm saying, sometimes we beef, you know what I'm saying, sometimes and then there's a three that comes through and be like, hey, one and two, you know what I'm saying? Like three is like the messenger of the gods, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, whether you say Legba, Hermes, Mercury, you know what I'm saying? Like Thoth, Jehudi, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the three is like, hey, one and two is almost like the mediator. Like, all right, this is how y'all, hey, hey, energy number one and energy number two, this is how y'all could connect, and hence why, three would make a great, commerce person, you know what I'm saying, a person that deals with commerce, or again, like has to communicate or deal with that air element, you know what I'm saying, and talk things out, So again, the story is being told through the numbers on the deepest level, you know what I'm saying? And again, though, it's the whole picture, it's not to like try to make it, again, that would be me like trying to like, oh yeah, so only numbers is the truth, it's like, no, you know what I'm saying, I ain't the only, you could tap in with the, these other names and things of this nature, but it's just like, I don't have the book with me, but I was in my Tai Chi book, you know what I'm saying, by Montauk Chia, you know what I'm saying, and it had an exercise with, it's talking about spinal cord breathing and stretching your spinal cord, and like one of the exercises was like, like gyrating your hips, you know what I'm saying. So, as a matter of fact, sometimes, you got to get used to doing stuff like that, because sometimes I'm a park or outside person, so, outside gyrating my hips, but it is what it is, at the end of the day with stuff like that, I'm always, that Capricorn practicality pop in, it's like, look, this shit for my health, I don't care what nobody else thinking, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm gonna be in the park gyrating my hips, why that man in the corner by that tree gyrating his hips, you know what I'm saying, but getting to, and showing how to make things, relatable instead of like creating, beefs behind it, in essence. Doing the spinal cord breathing, or really it was like the stretches for the spinal cord and the gyrating the hips. I was like, I was like, in this Tao book, it's called, stretching the lower back, or you know what I'm saying, or tapping in with, the Tantian, you know what I'm saying, so like the navel area, you know what I'm saying, but, it's considered that in Tao, but then in Voodoo, that's considered connecting with Gede, you know what I'm saying, who's right and who's wrong, you know what I'm saying, is people who practice Tao and don't know nothing about Gede going to hell because they practice gyrating their hips under another name? And will the people who practice Voodoo, who say it's Gede, quote unquote, I'm using heaven or hell because, again, it's that either or, but it's like, are those people, going to hell for not, practicing Tao? And and instead of giving that, energy a name, or like a personification in essence, is there something wrong with that? Again, like, and that's the aspect too, is like learning how to learn and how to ask the right questions, because again, like, that's what most of my videos and what like my main aim, was like being like an inspiration and promoting insight that will help you to, sit with yourself and ask the right questions, you know what I'm saying, and start to unfold things, with yourself. Hence why I made so many as above, so below videos and dealing with the law of correspondence, because I'm like, that's one thing that you could sit down with, and you don't really need too much outside shit to kind of have some like, oh shit, like, and be like, all right, I see how that operates, and how this connected to this, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, it's like tapping in with asking the right questions. And again, what sometimes could be tough, but just having to remember is like, and when we tapping in, especially, going in with spirit, and, we got these questions, it's like, making sure we don't bring no assumptions with us, or, of something that we already learned about the subject, come in, open to receiving, that message, without the energy of like, oh, I already know something. Because again, things operate on that level. It's like if something in the space, then, something can't be put in that, you know what I'm saying, in that space. You can't receive no insight. I think of I be feeling like like an old man when I be having like these little like, oh, like the saying I said before. Real talk, with the tea, with the monk with the tea, and they had an interviewer that was coming to learn about it was like learn about Buddhism or whatever, coming to learn about Buddhism or Zen. Let's just say that he was coming to learn about Zen, and when he sat with the Zen master started pouring him some tea, and then he overfilled his cup. And the interviewer was like, man, what the hell, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you come here with your cup already full about, like what Zen is, you know what I'm saying? In other words, like, you kind of got like a predisposed, how you say that? It's not coming up right now, but like you have that preperception, you got your own little way of looking at it that you kind of fixed on already, you know what I'm saying? So you're not going to be able to receive the truth about it, because you're going to kind of be like already like, oh, but I feel like it's, you know what I'm saying? So you're not going to be able to, receive, but there's definitely a whole connection in it too. What else? Talking about life pad numbers. Yep, and again, perseverance, and the awareness, you know what I'm saying, of knowing. That's why I was going with that, breaking down like that whole breaking down the New Age movement thing and being extreme. Again, is also understanding that a part of the journey comes with, pain. It comes with, feeling unease in certain moments, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, how do we deal with that energy? Like our spiritual practices is not to try to eliminate, like, oh, so I could never feel pain again. Because in essence, another thing too, pain is it's like a detection is like a system, that's guiding. It's like a guidance system, you know what I'm saying? So, by trying to, numb that guidance system, again, like, it's a guidance system of like when you put your hand on the stove and it's like hot, you know what I'm saying? It's guidance, like, oh shit, that's hot, compared to putting it on there and just leaving it on there and then your skin melt, you know what I'm saying, and your hand injured and you're not able to use it, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but just understanding that it's not gonna be like no work through the energy and like, oh, it's all gone now, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, what I'm doing right now is I spoke on, like the retrogrades, is in essence like not necessarily, reflecting in that sense of it, but more so like, coming back around and just kind of clean, again, it's like that, like a little cycle again, like kind of crossing some of those lines again, because again, drawing that flower life, you cross one little, and then you crossing old lines. So when you drawing it, some parts you crossing into the circles you already created, you know what I'm saying? AKA past spaces that you've been in, you know what I'm saying? And literally why also dealing with the geometry aspect, you know what I'm saying, with, the flower of life and that whole breakdown, just also makes it very simple. Is like, like moving into spaces and having to be prepared for the next space. Because I also realized, when you're not ready to move in a certain space, that may cause you to feel alienated or like you're an alien in that space. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something wrong, or you'll feel like, like somebody is gaslighting you or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you done tried to hop into a space before you was ready, and literally, you know what I'm saying, like energy works on that level. It's like, all right, if I'm not energetically ready, I think of computer programming software, if the numbers are in this space, then this is the the output. But see, going on a little tangent with the with the computer science part. What was I saying? It'll come back. Decino in my melanin. What? It'll come back to me. Water break. Calibrate. As a matter of fact, any questions, you know what I'm saying, in the build, y'all kind of quiet in the chat. What's up in the chat room? Yep. I was doing a little video on that the other day, like showing the connection with 9 and 0 and how 9 and 0 kind of both have numbers kind of, either they produce, that number in the equation that 9 or 0 is coming across, or it goes back to 9 or 0, you know what I'm saying? Because 0 times any number, is 0, you know what I'm saying? And 9, what it is, well, yeah, I think it's like 9 times each number goes back to 9. Oh, I don't have it in this tablet. Yeah. That's more so too, and that's something we're gonna tap more into, connecting with the Enneagram energy. Because again, when you're looking at the numerology, you know, the aspects of numbers, you know, you have only those archetypes, to the point where, again, like Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, in essence, those archetypes are only like a higher, all it could be is a higher octave of the higher or lower octave of the first, you know, 9, you know what I'm saying, which is Aries to Sagittarius, you know. So like Capricorn would kind of go into that, you know, that almost 1, 2, 3 area, you know what I'm saying. You got Aquarius, you know, kind of, I guess you could say, fit into 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9 Pisces energy coming in. But good stone combinations for releasing the past. Matter of fact, honestly, the first one that just came to mind was the one that I'm wearing. This combination right here with rose quartz and black obsidian. You know what I'm saying? You could programming the rose quartz to, because in most cases, like say for instance, you know, a lot of holding on to the past or having that type of grudge type of energy, you know, is like aggression or a lack of love there, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the rose quartz help you to forgive yourself and others in that situation. I would also say rhodonite and rhodochrosite, but mainly rhodonite. But again, this combination, and then the snowflake obsidian, you know what I'm saying, to help, you know, extract and release, you know what I'm saying, that energy. But that's one combination without even going too much deeper. And most yellow green, you know, yellowish green crystals, you know what I'm saying, kind of taps into the solar plexus heart energy and promotes being present. So, you know, that kind of promotes the energy of, like, you know, being now. And again, honestly, on a deeper level, I keep it real, you know, it depends on, you know, what's best in the situation for releasing the past. Like, is the person in a space where they done enough of shadow work and like facing it, so it's time to, like, all right, you know, like, you know what it is, you've been, you know, doing the meditations on, you know, like focus on, you know, creating and living, you know what I'm saying, in some way, form, or fashion. Or a person may need to, you know, tap into that shadow aspect to kind of, like, again, kind of tap into that root cause energy, you know what I'm saying, like to see what was the root cause of, like, even why you hold on to the past. I feel like you can't move forward, you know, because in essence, again, like, that's where the past life, you know, layers trickle into this realm, you know, where again, it's most likely something connected with a past life in essence. But, you know, again, it's like some type of trauma with, whether you felt like whenever you move forward, you would move too far away from people, or when you move forward, people would dislike you, so you want to people please, or, you know, it's like, like peeping out the particulars of, that whole connection, and that'll also help you to kind of get more particular about what crystals you're using in that, in that healing situation as well, you know. But most definitely, again, like the rose quartz obsidian combination, but snowflake obsidian too, to be exact. And again, like any crystals that promote being in the present moment, like citrine, have that playful joy energy, Vesuvia, it's another one, because it also comes from the Italy areas where it's mostly mined, close to Mount, forgot that mountain name, but it's like a little volcanic area too, so it kind of has, like, it's gonna have somewhat of that energy, kind of like an explosion into, like being present, like, and again, like, you tap in with the crystal and, like, uh line up them intentions, you get you a little pendant or something, get you a sheet of paper, intentions for such and such pendant. Hey, I want you to help me transmute the root cause to why I, always get nervous, uncontrollably, or I want you to help me transmute the root cause to why I all of a sudden lack confidence in certain moments, because again, that's the thing, transmuting root causes as well, and not just healing symptoms, because it's no different from doing what the hospital doing. Like, what's funny is just because it's quartz and amethyst, ooh, you know what I'm saying, it could still be used in a, in a manner where it's, let's just say, not the, the most efficient, in the best way, you know what I'm saying, in that sense of it. But I'm pretty sure that answered. How do you stay in a certain frequency wavelength without getting forced out by a lower energy? Well, I guess when you say lower energy, now before getting into it, do you mean like like a toxic, like a toxic, unhealthy energy, or just a lower vibrational energy, because again, yes, we speak on raising our vibration, but, again, there's no good or bad to lower vibrations and higher vibrations. I always bring up the example of, again, just looking in the body with the chakras, the root chakra vibrates way slower than the crown chakra, but, if you neglect the root just because it, and that could be like the situation too. It's like a lot of lower energies, from that perspective. I don't know if you mean it like this, but a lot of lower energies, like coming up and quote unquote forcing you from that high frequency, if you have something against, let's just say, of quote unquote lower vibrations, or you have something against, having a quote unquote negative emotion, or what I'm saying, or having a negativity show up, what I'm saying. One of the things, or like if you're against it to that level, what I'm saying, it's kind of keep popping up to kind of show you, like, hey, this is a part of your experience. You got to learn how to integrate and harmonize, but now if it's something toxic, then again, it's something that our inner being, again, like going through repeat, is our energy, or should I say our inner being, trying to let us know, like, hey, this needs some attention. You keep going through this situation, or this little thing keep happening because you're not, paying attention to this, or taking this action, you know. So also from, from that perspective, in a general sense, but yeah, because I think from also like past perspectives, of when I saw myself, like I had moments of trying to be like, keep things extremely positive, and I knew like deeper, like I didn't even say deep, like it was that deep, like it wasn't surface level. Like I was aware, like, all right, negativity gonna still be a part of life, and 'cause I'm like, shit, I'm living in this world. I would have to be a hermit to not see some negative shit to that extent, you know what I'm saying? But uh, like that positive energy, you know what I'm saying? And realizing, like, again, like I had to learn how to balance things out, because I kept having to be, you know, like it felt like I was forced into like doing something lower vibrational, you know what I'm saying? Like whether I had to ask for some help, or, or caught certain cravings for certain foods that may have not been the healthiest, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or should I say certain foods that may have been, healthy in some sense, but, more acidic, you know what I'm saying? Say it like that. Right, right. It's like practicing to maintain, and constantly, again, like filling space is like one thing removed out of a space. Like I take out one unhealthy habit, I'm putting in a healthy habit. You know what I'm saying? Like something, again, like I had to learn that about sage, you know what I'm saying? When you saging, you know what I'm saying? Of course, sage ain't gonna chase away the things that we gotta handle ourselves, of course, but you know what I'm saying? Sage clears the room and creates like, a cleanse of negativity, but it's a cleanse in essence into a state of neutrality, and something has to be brought into the space to, like to fill in for, those heavy energies that was once in the space. So, again, you come in with a certain incense, oil infuser, that brings in the type of energy with, with the intent that you want, you know what I'm saying? You bring in patchouli to, ground things. But, what I'm getting at is just that example of, again, like bringing something out of the space to bring something in. So if I stop drawing, I got to bring in doing something else, you know what I'm saying, in that space. Otherwise, if I'm not aware, something else unhealthy will come into that space. And that'd be the thing too, just tapping in with as you brought up colors, you know what I'm saying, doing a little color work, you know, being aware again of the brain waves, you know what I'm saying, tapping in with certain brain waves. Speaking of, this art fed Arfvedsonite, you know what I'm saying? With Ugilite in it, but Arfvedsonite, you know, has that energy where it promotes like alpha brainwave state in that sense, you know. But yeah, tapping in with that with the rose quartz. Matter of fact, a new little piece right here. Got the Libyan desert glass with the pyrite, peridot, and Vishuvanite. Solar plexus, heart chakra energies. You know, that all go into it. That's the energy though. No, I haven't went on like a real mining trip. The closest I came close to was being in the mountains in Cali and like, you know, seeing a few little recognizable stones, a few pieces of fuscite, you know, stuff that I was kind of like, you know, already there in essence, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't nothing like I had to like, you know, get some tools and kind of tap out, you know. But no, I haven't been on the mining experience yet. But that's also a thing too, you know, like tapping in with, you know, the awareness of where the crystals be coming from too. And if I'm not able to know what exact country they come from, or, you know, in that instance, I, you know, again, like making sure I fill them out and just, you know, feel the energy. And if it ain't feeling, you know, if it don't feel like it's a go, then I know that ain't the, you know, that ain't the vibe. You say, how do you enforce boundaries without being mean? Honestly, you know, sometimes you may have to have some form of sternness that comes in with the energy of, you know, it's a balance, you know, positive and negative, because, you know, again, like having gratitude, that we have the ability to be stern or angry, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know, energy on that level, you know what I'm saying, because that serves a purpose, you know. So with the aspect of enforcing boundaries, you know, it's just like, you know, sometimes you just gotta be straightforward, you know. For me, you know, in life, I would always just kind of say it like that, like, hey, this is like, you know, you start off with the, you know, with all due respect and love, and, you know, like basically you do your best to deliver it in a manner where you're not trying to attack the person personally, you know, and let them know that, like, hey, you know, this ain't no personal attack on you or none of this, you know what I'm saying? But bam, you know, this is how I rock, this is how I need to move, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is, you know. And again, you know, just have to build up to it, you know. But I mean, honestly, it gets to a point where it's like, you know, either that or constantly deal with it getting worse or worse. So again, the situation end up going is either gonna make you kind of like like what the fuck, all of y'all constantly, you know, and that's what the energy work in general is for. You know what I'm saying? Because as things constantly progress, you know, and let's just say, again, like having that awareness of doing energy work and being aware to check on our emotions and and meditation techniques, that's all you know uh helping to again release these energies in a healthy manner. You know what I'm saying? Like again, if you got to dealing with some anger issues, or even doing the shadow work where you're afraid to be angry, like come to find out, due to some shit that happened when you were 6, you're afraid to be angry. So you always like trying to be nice, even when there's moments where you need to like kind of you know what I'm saying, but you kind of you know like having to see what's going on with that. But and boundaries ain't always having to verbally say things either. Your boundaries is just how you operate. And if a person you operate how you operate, if a person have a problem with it, you express the truth of like because sometimes when we set boundaries, a person may feel like, oh well, you must not like me, or this and that, or you doing this, or whatever the case may be in some cases. you know but it's like, fuck that shit. you know Set the boundary, and if that person is meant to be in our lives on that level, then they'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna understand setting healthy boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Because again, when you come across somebody who what I'm saying, check out this kind of content and know what's up, what I'm saying, like it's like, oh, all right, I understand. What I'm saying? Because I got the things I work on too, or that energy too. And now, how do you address gaslight when you recognize it at that it is that? Well, first and just foremost, bam, just out the door, leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person is trying to manipulate me. Get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Now, on another level, things could get deep where this gaslighting situation could be with your parent, you know what I'm saying, or, close relatives, or, it could, or also, I'm trying to think of another scenario, but all right, just bringing it. So again, if not leaving, it's like if you're kind of in a situation where it's like kind of tough for you to just jump right out of it, you know what I'm saying, or it feels tough to just jump right out of it, I should say. Like you having to understand how to just not give into it, like stay aware and build your sense of self. Because all right, one of the things that gaslighting comes from, or any form of like that type of energy, is not having a strong sense of ourselves. Because the only reason why, like say for instance, somebody who has a strong sense of self is not gonna be gaslighted. Like a nigga could be putting on the best, they could be like the Oscar winning gaslighting #1 nominee for 1,000 years in a row, but they come across somebody who has a strong sense of their self, and what I'm saying, that shit not gonna happen. What I'm saying, like they gonna kind of feel like stifled and get stubborn and don't want to have nothing to deal with, because in essence that may be stemming from narcissist vibes sometimes. What I'm saying, but it the strong sense of self, it kind of like chases that energy away. What I'm saying? So, dealing with that energy, and then also having a strong confidence or trust in our intuition, you know. But yeah, like if you dealing with a situation where you're not able to, again, just jump out of the situation, you just again, just build up strong sense of self and like kind of disengage as much as possible until you're able to, you know what I'm saying, move around, but just know what's up. Like, all right, I know. Like, again, so that's why the building a strong sense of self, like give yourself some space to kind of like, like, man, I know I ain't fucking tripping. Like, I know what's up, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what I said, because I was looking at it from the perspective of the question. Oh, dang. But I was talking about a strong sense of self. Yeah, like falling back and strengthening, getting that strong sense of self, and then just peeping game and just keeping your distance, you know what I'm saying? Disengage whenever, like you gotta possibly become a little bland at the way you respond, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, yep, nope, like you can't kind of like, be pulled into like talking too much in essence, because when you get too comfortable, the next thing you know, you get pulled into like a certain conversation that's gonna cause some type of, so it's like, yeah, just be aware. And it's like, all right, I know for a fact, and again, in most cases, honestly, most of this comes from, again, just having a strengthen our sense of self, knowledge of self, and in essence, that comes first, because then that's where the confidence comes in, and then you could back that with the willpower, you know what I'm saying, that you have to take that action, you know what I'm saying. But again, the strong sense of self, I mean, everything goes up, because I realize, again, like with nobody like could necessarily like externally, cast no spell on you and control you from the outside, to that extent, you know what I'm saying. Like, you have to allow yourself to be talked into that, you know what I'm saying. Like, again, it goes back to the internal perspective, and that's what I was gonna say. Like, like, so yeah, you could, when we talk about psychic protection, you could sense somebody's, like, say for instance, harmful thoughts or toxic thoughts towards you. But when you got a strong sense of self, like, I know me. I know that's not me, most likely coming from my environment, so we Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole, and that's why, again, like, protection is not like, it's not just working with a certain crystal. It's not just like, spell or this, you know what I'm saying? It's also that just self-awareness, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, like, like, whenever you start to doubt yourself, that's again, like, that's when the shit come in. And again, like, that's connected with the solar plexus, and why most, at one time I said the sacral, but also, the solar plexus, why a lot of things also just, energies, have that attack on the solar plexus, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, intuition in that stomach area, and that's also, dealing with the color yellow, which deals with, the mental perspective and mental clarity, because in our auric field, the mental body would be, the yellow color in essence. But yeah, like, again, somebody, wishing ill, and I could see, yeah, you're gonna feel it, and it could be like an attack in essence, but your strong sense of self, you know what I'm saying? You like pushing, like, like I ain't listening to that doubt. I ain't listening to, cause I know that's doubt. Like I know that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I know that ain't the part of me that's trying to get me to continue moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That boy talking about some whole other shit. You know what I'm saying? So with that, and again, that's where, you know, again, you got to be aware of, like, you know, again, with these clinical aspects of psychology, it needs to be blended with spirituality a little more when we look at the fact that, again, like dissociative behavior, you know, like if that was really a disorder, and everybody who has a spiritual awakening, when they start to, become aware, then been through dissociative disorder, you know what I'm saying? But again, where again, like you kind of like pull yourself back a little bit. So again, like the fasting, you know, tapping in with nature, very strongly, meditate. Keeping your spiritual receipts on moments when your energy was at its strongest, remember, like, fuck, I used to love doing this before, before this situation, like you just gotta go back to step, like, again, like strengthen your sense of self, like, no, like, man, again, like, I always love doing this, and nobody taught me to love this. Like, I always love, you know what I'm saying, doing, like, you gotta reach for, the solid ground, in essence. And speaking of that, we're talking about gaslighting, Sujolite, sapphire, sapphire, fluorite, you know what I'm saying? Bling bling. You know what I'm saying? It's about the energy and not just the stakes, but you know what I'm saying? What I said, Sujolite, sapphire. Mostly though, just because Sujolite and sapphire, like, basically say, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hint, hint, wink, wink, if you feel like you done been through some things, some tough extremes mentally, dealing with psychosis and schizophrenia type of, very manipulative energies, so I'm like, all right. But yeah, Sujolite and, sapphire. And more so blue sapphire or the black sapphire, you know what I'm saying? That black sapphire be hit. But, and again, the fluorite, though, for sure, too. Fluorite be hitting, because also what fluorite does, that's on point. The fluorine in fluorite, protects, again, the science of how these chemicals work in our body, but basically, the fluorine, basically, in essence, makes us like less sensitive, or should I say, like we're not feeling external influences, like we kind of, in so many words to say, for lack of a better word, protected from external influences. And again, yes, we're interconnected with our environment, we know all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's just, again, in your unique experience in this bodysuit, you know what I'm saying, you have a certain purpose and a certain alignment with things that, you know what I'm saying, you're bringing forth, in connection with the whole. But yeah, fluorite, again, the fluorine, and that fluorine is also in nephrite jade, because that's why nephrite jade is also a great crystal. And that one even expressed, like, it's great for, like, if you're dealing with, like, real damaging, heavy type of blackmail energy being sent your way or stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And nephrite jade, no coincidence that it helps with the, its name, nephrite, in connection with the kidneys, you know what I'm saying? And the kidneys is where fear is stored, you know what I'm saying? So also, as I was bringing up that Tao, doing my Tai Chi or Tao exercises, that's another way to work on your energies as well. you know, because that's what makes, when we talk about like the super mystical aspect of like, oh yeah, the witches with the herbs, you know, it's that energy. But then there's also like, you think about like what it is, you I was talking about like dandelion root and burdock root earlier, so basically the liver holds emotions energetically, you know what I'm saying? So you doing magic just by, drinking some dandelion root tea, or or some burdock root tea. You like doing some emotional magic on yourself in essence, you know what I'm saying? But again, everything you do is, magic and routine in essence to some extent. Routine with intent in essence is somewhat like a ritual, you know. And again, it's about getting to a space where we become aware of, consciously being aware of like, all right, I intend to, use my energy like this, compared to like being a magician without knowing, you know what I'm saying? But again, I mean, it's, of course, it's levels to, how well seasoned or what abilities, but it's that connection. But yeah, so I forgot what the last thing, but definitely again though, strengthening the sense of self, you know. Because things again like getting to a point where, we gonna really see like our subconscious gonna be inevitably seen, in our experience, so again like definitely, having to sit down, and again, tap in with our spiritual work, or just say our, energetic work. Ooh, all right. You said, and that comes with, being judged or as the villain, or being mentally, you know, being considered even mentally ill. You're right. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say, example not coming right up right now, but it's certain ways. Like the only way you could look crazy is if, you know, like it seemed like you're like double talking, or you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to think of because I get what you're saying. I done seen that situation before, you know. It's like, oh, and in some of those cases too. So what I just picked up on is just the fact of like, like, hey, fuck that, knowing source got you, cause at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, like people gonna say what they say, like, cause I think about like just starting on my growth and dealing with psychedelics, so just on a simple level of like being from a country town where nobody really, does some of that stuff that, I was tapping into, and again, no judgment or not making it seem like no type of, but it was like, oh, I wonder what's wrong with them, this and that, you know what I'm saying? But what created that difference is like, I know that nothing is fucking wrong with me, you know what I'm saying? And solidifying that, for yourself mentally, I think of, different examples I use of like just being aware of certain, literature and certain examples, like I think of, again, Terrence McKenna talking about the moment I went schizophrenic, like where it's facts about, with this spiritual growth are just certain situations where certain things considered, mentally ill and it's not, and we just have to build that awareness again, like read or do whatever inner meditation, asking the right questions with our inner spirit to gain some stability of awareness. In most cases, though, spirit, because we are in a physical, some of us may need to be led to a book or, something physical that says, hey, where you could study and know, like, nothing is wrong with me, and being aware of that, you know what I'm saying? Because again, taking that power back, or not say taking the power back or not being on that, but uh, but just in the sense of, you know, like create, knowing that you're the creator of your reality, you know what I'm saying, and just strengthening your mental stability. Also dealing with that energy, Numite and Serpentine is great. You know what I'm saying? Numite is a strong protector, like literally is known for protection from, manipulative energies. And again, a video I did a while back on MK Ultra and, electricity, you know what I'm saying, and how that goes together, you know what I'm saying, on a deeper level, deeper esoteric level. You could say like that's connected to maybe some like, extreme masculine energies or something like that, you know what I'm saying, with the, the electrical energy, because, electrical masculine, magnetism feminine. But again, the strong electrical surges, in connection with, with the MK Ultra aspect. And that's what, again, the connection with the magnesium. I talked about magnesium in general, and then magnesium-based crystals. And, two of the most attainable crystals, and two of the crystals that had like some of the highest magnesium content and where I say highest from is like looking at the, the chemical formula for, the consistent chemical formula that makes Numite, and that makes serpentine. Basically it had like, 7 molecules of or 7 atoms of molecules anyway of magnesium, so it had a lot of magnesium in it, you know what I'm saying. And no coincidence that, also serpentine is known for quote unquote protection from quote unquote witchcraft in essence, because again, even down to, I thought of earlier, like the word suggestion is like a euphemism for subconscious programming, I realized. And because I was thinking about like when we have like, when we may be in an environment where people are always trying to suggest, what you should do or something like that. And again, you got to always ask yourself, if it's feeling like it's out of place, it's like, well, why, when I know what I'm working on, or, I'm moving towards working on this, like so many people, like giving these suggestions. And again, it's like not getting to the extreme of thinking like automatically like, oh, they out to get me. Because again, that's where, again, strong sense of self, it's like, well, no matter what they say, it's like, I know what I need to do. But again, like a suggestion, it's like the subtle suggestions, or subtle suggestions of subconscious programming. Again, it's just and that word in essence is like a euphemism. It's like a little, just a little suggestion. But again, that doesn't mean to quote unquote, again, no extremes. You don't walk around demonizing all suggestions and people who, have this suggestions for you. Because again, iron sharpen iron. We done had moments where, when we building on something, all right, word. Yeah, straight panther, that shoot you light, you know. I may see about, you know what I'm saying? Because again, as I build, building things, because that's why I'm kind of like, I don't do as many videos as I used to do on that level, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's time to kind of solidify some behind the scenes type of, things. But, in which the things that I need to share and, I will share with everybody so y'all will know, you know, what's going on. But yeah, I was gonna say like making sure I have again like some of the staples of like some of the videos I talked about, with certain crystals, and making sure I have a lot of those in my Etsy shop. But, oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it's somebody who is bringing up magnetite. That's why you bringing it up. Show you how them crystals work and how it ain't no synchronicity, ain't no, or should I say, ain't no coincidences. It's synchronicity, but got that big lodestone. And matter of fact, like it's the biggest one I ever seen. And it's, wait, let me see. Yeah, I got something magnetic on. I'll show you. Wait, I think this right. Oh, but it ain't that. It got a little pull on it. I got some magnetic hematites. And two sometimes be like the side. Yep. Also lodestones, used in balancing the hemispheres of the brain, but also in general, it was used to work on the nadis and meridians in the body, all the different pathways, you know what I'm saying, the chi flow and the energy in the body. They would use lodestones on the body for like, different type of body grids or acupuncture type of work, you know what I'm saying. So, definitely finding that tapping in with the lodestone, definitely. Luminosity, greatly appreciated. Much love and blessings, you know what I'm saying, to you and yours, you know what I'm saying, greatly appreciated. All right, Imuna Tikva. All right, Toronto. As a matter of fact, as you bringing up Canada, shout out to the brethren Aaron. If y'all familiar, with this YouTube channel. Matter of fact, I forgot that dang, it's not coming up. It's gonna come up soon. But yeah, shout out to the Canada, Toronto fam. Matter of fact, speaking of Numite, it's closely connected and related with this, the Arfetsonite or whatever. It's closely connected with that energy. And matter of fact, and closely connected with that energy, we're also mistaken for Numite sometimes as well, because they both kind of have like that kind of like that little flash, like how Labradorite has in it in certain little parts. But again, this one also has Ugilite in it. And both of them real great for tapping in with, knowing the purpose. And again, like, because I would also suggest as another thing, like, other than solar plexus crystals, again, that rose quartz, rose quartz, because again, self-love, like in order to sit with ourselves and be that meticulous about our, if we have to, in certain areas where we got to really sit and like do certain exercises and things to kind of gain that, that alignment. But, again, it's like it takes that self-love to be, dedicated to ourselves on that level. When we love ourselves, we don't give up on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's how in essence, that's when, it's like when you give up completely on yourself. But yeah, most definitely. Basically it. Just wanted to, what I'm saying, tap in. Remember, I have started spiritual consultations again. And then also, if you don't do if you don't want a straight up spiritual consultation, you could also do specialized consultation, like specializing in how to work with crystals, specializing in clarity of purpose. And I'm still getting the criteria together fully, because I would also have to, make sure that, again, you come to it with your, with certain natal chart information, with your name and date of birth, you know what I'm saying? But you could either book through Instagram or send me an email, you know what I'm saying? Either way, and we'll, tap in and also kind of do a little scanning and seeing, if it's necessary. Shout out to the bird watchers out here in the game. GG, get ink. Yeah, that is a card. And what's funny, like, man, for being like tapping in with nature so much, is like I like learned, like, it's like, damn, like now I'm really like genuinely like knowing like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm like I'm almost getting that good. It's like, oh, that's a blue jay mimicking a hawk, or that's a mockingbird mimicking a blackbird, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm almost getting that deep with it, you know what I'm saying? Not to brag, but I definitely appreciate, again, as we talk about Father's Day, in essence, with spirit messages, you know what I'm saying, coming through, that masculine energy, you know what I'm saying, fire and air, that's what, to some extent, it's not to say that, a feminine message or a message from our, let's just say, when we're talking about just the truth, like we're talking about our own inner guidance, our own inner self, you know what I'm saying? But like from the, the masculine aspect, it's like, again, the air and fire and those animals that connect with that, you know what I'm saying? And again, that's not to say that a message, that might have like a feminine essence to it, not coming through, the birds or whatever, but more so, again, though, it, the bird is like that masculine, or air element energy, you know what I'm saying? Compared to like if you saw a worm, or a snake or something more close to the earth, you know what I'm saying, that has a little more of that feminine earth energy, and that message like might be telling you to kind of get a little closer to your body, or again, like a cardinal would, in essence, cardinal Aries energy. Cardinals also deal with holding it down for 4 seasons because they don't really like migrate a lot. They'll hold it down in one place all 4 seasons. Root chakra energy, Aries, Mars energy. Just simply put, and with any of this, deciphering like the animal symbols, like again, it goes that deep, like what element they connected to. So all right, it's air, so it's gonna be kind of somewhat also like a masculine message, you know what I'm saying, like kind of having that awareness, but again, like paying attention to those characteristics of that animal, and that basically, uh, and just the first things that come to you, whenever you see that animal, you know what I'm saying, in most cases is what, like the things that come to you before you start overthinking is in most cases the truest essence of the message that's being, sent. But yeah, definitely, again, uh, having those different, the different levels of, again, the animal is on the ground, earth energy. The animal deal with water and earth, you know what I'm saying? Again, like a frog, you know what I'm saying? Because I did that podcast about, about ducks, you know, and with ducks being, you know, again, like with creating certain animals in this realm, like certain animals was blended, like a snake and you could say a snake and a mammal, a reptile and mammal crossing to make a cat, a domestic cat in essence, you know what I'm saying? And again, like on the esoteric level, like the personification, whether we talk about like the energy of, having 9 lives and 9 being that, that very important number in the sense of, again, like that's the last number, but like the cat like energy, oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say, and that chimera energy, but like with 2 different type of species in one, animal. So in essence, that, like, again, as above, so below, as within, so without, on the law of correspondence level, if you was a cell inside the body of that cat, it would be some real like polarized things, going on. The cells that's used to the mammal shit, like what the fuck this reptile shit doing in this body, and the reptile, DNA or genetics, like, man, what the fuck this mammal shit doing in here, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it was like Osmosis Jones, if somebody got creative and made like, a movie about it, you know what I'm saying? That'd probably be a dope movie, you know what I'm saying, of like how to sell like Osmosis Jones, but in a chimera, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like in a cat that had, has these unique different cells, how would that movie look? But all right, see the Cardinals. Yeah. Yep, also the Phoenix energy. Yep. Yeah, they, again, like just color, the way they operate, again, like just look up the characteristics of what the, and you'll get, it's going to deal with some element, you know what I'm saying, or multiple elements, as far as air, water, fire, earth, ether, but, but yeah, like that's all packed into the message. All packed into it. Any more questions before I go? Pack things up. Yeah, definitely just wanted to tap in with y'all on the Juneteenth Father's Day energy, you know what I'm saying? And again, also, just reminding, like, man, the energies is very supportive right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, trust that even, again, dealing with that Saturn or Pluto retrograde, both of those retrogrades popping off right now. So, you know, if you feel like you're coming across some old things, don't panic, you know what I'm saying? Like, do your best to move through it with grace, appreciate yourself, like understand now's the vibrate. I am where I am right now for a reason. So, what am I needing to learn about, my now moment or whatever the case may be, you know. And that's again from the perspective of when you find yourself looping, dealing with something. But yeah, it's definitely a prosperous time because again, like, it when that's why it's so much about subconscious work, you know what I'm saying? Because even with, like with saying affirmations but you're saying affirmations and not doing the work, or subconscious work and the physical work to align with those affirmations, you know what I'm saying? But it's like it's definitely coming a point where it's like, all right, if you just been keeping your foot on the gas, if you've been able to at least just been keeping your foot on the gas a little more than the brakes, you're gonna be seeing your foot be even more on the gas and your foot come more off of the brake and your foot go more on the gas, but you do have to, again, like, stay consistent with that alignment, you know what I'm saying? And really, again, it's just being who you came to be in this lifetime, you know what I'm saying, and nothing else. Being aware of who we connecting with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, staying safe and dangerous. You dig? I'm out, y'all. Skedaddle. Man, greatly appreciate y'all. Matter of fact, if y'all can see, because I think you can scroll and go to the post on YouTube, the community post that I did with my Discord name and connect with my Discord. Again, I'm wanting to connect even a little more, you know what I'm saying, with, true individuals or true beings, you know what I'm saying, kind of weeding out the bot energy and, you know what I'm saying, all that. But again, and what's real, like the self work reflects outwardly, you know what I'm saying? When we detoxing and cleansing, it looks like that externally as well. Most definitely. Yeah, building those strong connections. But Etsy shop, Epic Lifestyles, definitely check out the Etsy shop. So even if you don't want to, if you haven't watched a video that provoked the urge to, donate or nothing on that level, you know what I'm saying, you can also check out, the jewelry, grab you a piece on that level, because I do again, like let it be genuine donations, you know what I'm saying? Like something that really like hit where it's like, damn, that really, really helped me, you know what I'm saying, on that level. Not just no charity case donating. We ain't rocking like that over here, you know. Uh, but yeah, and the donation links and then all donations greatly appreciated. Got the Etsy shop, Epic Lifestyles, the podcast, uh, what it is, Esoteric Lounge, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and what's called Anchor. And also Instagram, y'all know what it is, Universal Frequencies 1. Looking for updates, and for people who, with the Etsy shop, to also get like quick updates and videos, because I also do, discount pop-up sales on my Instagram. I do discount pop-up sales on my Instagram before putting things on Etsy. So definitely check out my Epic Lifestyles Instagram page, for different little updates and connection with like, the crystals and the jewelry, on that level. But yeah, man, much love and appreciation. You already know now is a vibrate, ain't nothing existing except for right now. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. But peace, y'all know what it is, man. Not too far the future, not too far the past. Right now, man, love and appreciate y'all, man.